Hi, I'm New World Now podcast host Kim Corbin. I recently had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Rebecca Freedom McClaskey about her book, Breakup Rehab, Creating the Love You Want. I hope that you'll enjoy the interview. Why don't we start by having you tell us, what is Breakup Rehab?
Breakup Rehab was adapted from the 12 steps of AA, so we all know the addiction model, and Breakup Rehab is really taking that and applying it to when a relationship comes to an end, or when people are like, should I end this relationship? Is it time to separate, to split? And it takes people through a 12-step process so that they can create the love that they want.
Nice, yeah. Nice. And you found yourself in the interesting situation of, right when the book came out, you were going through a breakup yourself, right?
I know.
It's very, very synchronistic.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, when you went back and read your own writing, if there's any particular, like, you're like, oh wow, like I'm glad I wrote that really stood out for you in your own breakup.
Yeah, when you ask that, what I think of is that the step one, forgive and let go, it was so funny how, and even with AA, how the first step is like, admit you're powerless, right? So again, they're adjunct to each other, but the first step tends to be the hardest one, and I found that was still true. Like, I'd want to move on, and well, what's my purpose, and what does this mean, and how do I like forgive and trust but it was like step one I kept having to come back to over and over. Oh yeah, I gotta forgive. Oh, I have to let go. Why doesn't he like me and I want him back, and blah. But then I'd have to start over. So that whole chapter became something I think that I almost like read like a record, like before I would go into the other chapters.
And what do you think the most important thing for a person who is going through a breakup, newly in a breakup, is for them to know?
It's going to be okay. Yeah. I think that the simple things that we glaze past, there's a lot of those in the book. There's a lot of just really simple, gentle truths. But the one is, you don't necessarily know when the day is coming, but it will come that you'll be okay.
Yeah, this too shall pass.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently on one of your Facebook Live videos, you talked about the realization that this last breakup guy, while he was fun and everything, he wasn't the one, which is what you really want, and that you realize you're a single woman now, and for me, like, I was single for a long, long time. I just got engaged after 15 years of dating someone, so I think that time as a single woman, especially in today's world, is so just, it's valuable. So you just talk a little bit about that kind of recent excitement you got about being single?
Yeah, I had this like, and I talk about attachment in the book, but I had, so for people that don't speak this language, there's a lot of us were running around fixing, like I need to change my looks or lose weight or whatever you want to pick is your thing that you want to change. You feel like, if I have that, then I will. If I have that, then I will. And I realized, I have myself. I've had myself. I've been here through the death of my parents. I've been here through moves and changes and boyfriends leaving. And I've always been here, and I realized, and she's pretty fucking awesome. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to still be here, you know, and create the family that I want and create the life that I want. And I can do that because I actually really trust myself now after all of this. And what a journey.
Yeah.
What a journey.
And what a gift.
Yeah.
To have gotten there. Yeah. In your book, you say that readers will come to understand that what happens to you happens for you. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
I wish that was like originated with me, like that I originated that level of brilliance of saying, but I think in my travels I heard it, and it made sense for me in the sense that if we're developing character, if we come here to experience life, then whatever is happening to us, the joy is like the release valve, and the pain. So the best way I can say this, and this is the best analogy, is and it comes from the Rumi, treat everything like it's a house guest kind of idea, that pain comes to your doorstep and it says, will you invite me in? And if you're willing, in the sense where you say, I will examine this, I will look at it, I will ask questions, I won't run away from it, I won't avoid it, I won't blame somebody else, I will sit and in that mindfulness way be with the pain, it leaves you with such gifts. It leaves you with that self-trust I was talking about. It leaves you with a discernment of who to invite into your life and who not to invite, to say, like, not that guy anymore. It lets you know about your values and your standards and how to articulate those values and standards. And that is what it means by saying what happens to you. The pain that shows up is actually going to gift you with more than you could have ever imagined if you're willing to invite it in. If you avoid it and push it away, you'll burn your house down.
What do you most hope that readers will take away from your book, Breakup Rehab?
What I hope that they most take away is, this is a book that I hear people say, I read it and then I gave it to a girlfriend, right? I read it, it was immensely helpful for me because I write the book like I'm talking to you. So what I hope they take away is they have an ally. Ooh, I'm going to get all misty about this. That they have an ally in this like hard, challenging, confusing time where there is an onslaught of information on the internet, but they don't have to spend their time like searching, taking quizzes. It's all packed right there. So what I hope again that they take away is that I'm with them, I'm walking with them, and this is something that is going to impact their future in a really positive way. Yeah.